All right, back again, and now we are starting with our backtesting session. So I'm obviously still waiting for some of you to, log on. We had quite a lot of you actually on for the previous session, which was awesome. Okay, now if you guys remember, what we handled basically is we looked at putting a strategy together, and we did something just kind of very simple, that kind of thing. And what we're going to do is we're just going to duplicate that on the chart over here. So what we're going to do is, first thing, we're going to use the MACD, right? Click, drag, drop, get the settings in place. Boom. That's it. There we go. Okay. We're obviously going to be trading a 15-minute chart. Therefore, we've got the 15-minute section chosen. And the other indicator that we were going to use was the RSI. So I'm just going to go, there we go. There's the RSI. Click, drag, drop. Get the settings in place. We're just going to use the standard settings. In other words, the 30 and 70 levels. Okay. Now, right. So we've got now the different indicators on. We've got basically the different types of indicators there. We remember we're going to use the MACD, right? And we're going to use the RSI. We're going to be trading 15-minute charts, and we're going to say that we're going to be running it from 9 to 12. Let's play with 9 to 12 as our trading time frame. Okay. Right, great to see. Okay, Bevan's on, Paul's on. Great stuff. We're just still waiting for some of the others, but we're just going to continue going. Okay, so remember, we're going to use the same strategy that we just handled within the strategy building session. Okay, MACD RSI. Now, first things first, right? What we're going to do is we're going to be looking at backtesting for 1 month, 1 month only. Okay. Now, when you guys do your back tests, you're obviously going to need to test, for a lot longer. Okay. Now, here's the thing: the further you go back within your back test, the better type of data, or how to say, the longer your system's longevity is going to be. The reason for this is it's not going to help if we're using the current chart as an example. Okay, there's been a lot of movement that has happened right recently now. A big reason for it is obviously there's news releases that came out, and that's why we're seeing these big jumps happening here. We're on the Euro US, okay, but it's going to be idiotic to try and just backtest these couple of candles here and get a good result, but over here it'll be a complete bailout. Okay, so this is why the longer you backtest within history, the more different types of market cycles you're going to include, firstly, and the better type of idea you're going to have whether your system's going to produce profits in the long run and almost in any type of market condition. So the more different types of conditions we include, the better we are going to do. Okay, right. Now, first things first, I want to show some of you guys how to update your charts. I've had the question earlier, and I do get this happening quite a lot, especially with those of you who are starting with your backtesting. Okay, this is something that does become an issue for quite a lot, specifically because you've just downloaded the platform. You haven't built up years worth of history yet and those type of things. So I'm just going to show you how we update our charts. And here's the thing: you're going to need to update the charts this way as well when you're going to be using the backtesting product itself as well. Okay, like I say, it's basically ready at this point. I'm just running a couple of tests on it to make sure that everything is 100% spot on. We just picked up one little bug yesterday, so we fixed that up. So I'm just going to be running a couple of tests after this just to check that everything's running smoothly. But the addition we brought on is awesome. So no, I'm very, very excited for that. So hopefully by tomorrow morning, it should be available for you guys to actually purchase from the website itself. Okay. Now, here's how you're going to update the history of your charts. Okay, what you do is you basically go through to the tools section at the top. Okay, and then you go through to options first, so that we get the options window popping up. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to change the view here so that I'm actually sharing the full screen, so that you can see the pop-up windows that come up, and we can run with that basically. So, okay, excuse what you can do. It's just going to be the full screen that I'm going to share now. There we go. That should do it. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. Okay, so we've got the chart in the background here. Okay, now, so we go to tools. We go to options. Now, the first thing you need to do is make sure that you're set onto the charts tab. Okay, and look here, you can see the amount of max bars in history and max bars in charts. You want to up that to the maximum amount. Now, you see, look at what I've got in there. I'd look at the max option it's giving us. We don't want to take that max option. That's too few. Okay, so here's how I go about it. Check here, just simple. No, 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 no. I keep pressing until I start hearing that little beep. Okay, that means that I can't enter anything else in there. And I do the exact same with the max bars and chart. No, 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 no. Just continue until I get the beeps. There we go. And then I hit OK. Now when I go back to tools and options and the chart section, you see it's set to the maximum that it can take. That's what you want. Okay, this will make sure that your charts, whenever you download history or you build up history and they're going to think it's going to go as far back as possible, and that's what we want. We want as much history as we can get, because like I said, the further we can backtest, I'd almost say the more accurate your backtesting results will be for your particular system that you're wanting to trade. Okay. When you're going to be looking at trading intraday, the minimum I want you guys to backtest for, the minimum, minimum is 6 months. Okay, if you can, push it up to a year. Okay, further the better, but a year should be a good spot to run with. Okay, the nice thing is that with intraday trading, we do get different types of cycles daily. Okay, but a year is going to be a very good amount of data to make sure that you've got your system set nicely and so forth. Okay. When it comes to end of day, I need you guys to do at least 3 years. Now this sounds a lot, doesn't it? Okay, it's not actually that much, right? Remember, we've only got 5 trading days within a week. 52 weeks, it's going to be 250 candles basically, right? That you're going to be looking at more or less for a 5-year back test. No, sorry, for a full year back test. Okay, that's actually not that much, and you'll be able to go through it quite nicely. But if you can, push it up to 5 years as well, because like I said, you want to include as many different types of market cycles within your backtest. The more you've got, the better you prepare yourself against any type of market condition. Okay, so it's going to be useless to test just a bullish flow when you've got consolidation in there as well and those type of things. Okay, right, so that's the first section that you need to kind of set. You up the amount of candles that gets put into history and gets displayed on the chart. Second thing you're going to do is you're going to go to tools again. Then you're going to go to history center. Once you open up the history center, go and find your chart that you're wanting to backtest. So we've got the euro US dollar over here. I'm going to double click on that. Now I'm getting all the different time frames, and this is what you want to do. Okay, we're going to be backtesting the 15-minute, right? But I'm going to download the 1-minute as well. So I just double click on it, and you see we just got the color there. There's all the different sections. So I'm just going to click download. Okay, you just hit OK, and you wait for it basically to finish with the download option. And we're going to do that for the 5 and 15-minute as well, so that we've got more than enough data in there to do an accurate test on this. Okay, so let's just let that run and do its thing. Okay, so hopefully you guys are running through that as well now. Okay, and updating your charts as well. Just wanted to check. Okay, everything looks good there. Okay, now with a backtesting as well. there's a couple of extra tools that I use to help me within my backtesting. Okay, and I'll show you a couple of them now. Um, some of them, if you need them, you just let me know, and I'll email it through to you. It's that would basically be the adding vertical trading session lines. Okay, it's a nice little script that kind of splits your start and end of trading sessions, especially for intraday. Okay, it's a lot more important. Now, what I'm going to do is today, obviously, we're looking at tackling an intraday strategy. So I think what we can do is next month when we've got our strategy building session and our backtesting session. And we can actually look at putting together an end of day system. Okay, and we can see how we go about backtesting that. So there's a slight little difference, but it comes down to the exact same thing in the end. There's just a couple of extra things that we need to look at with intraday. So obviously with intraday, we start at a particular time and stop at another time, right? So now for practice purposes, what we're going to do is we're just going to test 9 to 12. Okay. Um, and here's another thing that I'm going to need to make you guys aware of. Okay. Check the current time. Okay. Current time should be 6:41. Okay. South African time. Now check the time on the platform. Make sure you understand what your platform server time is. Now, if you're running on ACM Gold, it should be the exact same time, 6:41. If you're running on markets.com, it should be 4:41 because they run off GMT on their server time. So remember, if you're trading with the markets.com platform open, you just need to remember to shift your trading times, South African time 9 to 12 to 7 till 10 to match it up on the trading charged for markets.com. Okay, because remember their server time is just 2 hours earlier. Okay, so that's going to give you the more accurate type of testing. Okay, always remember to double check the server time first before you start with your backtesting, because there's nothing more irritating than running through a whole backtest and only finding out afterwards that you've tested the completely wrong start and end times. You've done a lot of work at that point, and at that point you really want to start taking out some eyes and flipping discs and so forth. So just make sure that you run through those little tips that I've basically given you guys. Now you update your history, you update your max bars and charts and so forth, and you just make sure that your server time is allocated correctly. Okay, so remember, if you see that your platform is maybe ahead 3 hours compared to normal local time, you're going to need to move your trading time chart-wise ahead 3 hours as well. Okay, because that's when it would actually be 9 a.m. So if it is 3 hours ahead, you would be testing from 12 till 3. Okay, 3 hours ahead from normal South African time. Okay. And that should be it then. So just remember those little aspects, okay, before you just jump in with a backtest. Otherwise, you might find it difficult. Okay. I see the rest is joined up as well now. I'm just sharing the full screen. That's why it's looking like that. But to kind of show you guys and give you, an idea of what we're doing now, we're just updating our history. We're just waiting for that to kind of complete. It's taking a bit of time now, and normally it's a little bit faster. But yeah, it's always good to make sure that you get all the history in. Now, to get the history, Colin, I see that you've obviously just joined just after, we've started doing that. Go to the Tools tab, okay, and then on the drop down, click on the History Center. Okay, that's going to open up this window here. Okay, then you find the chart you want to backtest. So we're going to be looking at the Euro US dollar, and you open it up and you double click and it drops down with the different time frames. Make sure you update the 1, 5 and 15 minute data to make sure that you've got the most up-to-date and recent history within your platform. Also, before you actually just do that, make sure you set your max bars in history and max bars on chart to the full maximum. Okay, So to do that, also go to the Tools tab at the top and then go to Options at the bottom. Okay. Once that opens up, you'll see that you're going to be presented with a window that's got quite a lot of tabs running at the top there. The second tab should say Charts. It's on that one that you want to click. And then in the bottom of that window that shows up, you'll see there's the max bars on history and max bars on chart. Just click in there where the figures are situated and just type in 999999 until you start hearing the beeping. Then you know you folded it to the max. And you do the exact same with the other one. Okay. Once you've done that, you just hit OK, and that should update the amount of candles that you're always going to see within your charts. We want that to be as much as possible. Okay. Because the further we can go with the backtest, the better, right? Okay, so just make sure you get that done and you get that updated. Okay. And if there's any other questions that do pop up, by all means, just give a shout. Okay. Right, so we're still waiting for this basically to just do its thing. Okay, once that's done, I've already done my 15 minutes, so we'll just leave the 5 minutes for now. But okay. Remember, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be using the MACD, so make sure you've got the MACD on the chart. Make sure you get the RSI on the chart there as well. Okay. Like I mentioned, if you're ever going to be using the backtesting product that we've developed, you need to make sure that you go through these steps that I've just mentioned. Okay, you need to update your history and make sure that everything's set correctly. Okay, to make sure that your results are accurate. Okay. Right. Still waiting for that. Okay. Let me just kind of stop this for now. Okay. Let me just quickly show you current tools, options. Right over there, you click on that and you just type in 99999999 until you get the beep. Do same with the other one, like that. And you just did okay. That should set your charts to full bars. In other words, you'd be able to go back till I think it's like 1970 some odds. Not that you're going to do a backtest for that long, but that should just make sure that you get more than enough data on your charts for backtesting. Because, like I say, a lot of you that's going to start off with your backtesting for the first time now, you're going to notice that you're not going to have enough data on your 5 or 15-minute charts. Okay, this is how you start getting it done. How you get more than enough data to go further than just 3 months. Okay, some of your charts will only go up to 3 months worth of history on the 5 minutes, okay, or 15 minutes. So that's how you push it up. Okay, you use the history center, but first set the options and the chart section, okay, to the max, and then you go to tools and history center and you update your time frames over there. Okay, so once that's done, then you can get cracking with your backtesting itself. Okay. Right, now, let's see, we've got a question here. Getting a notification the data is coming from MetaQuotes, not ACM. Does that matter? Okay. You could just update it and run with it, because basically what happens is most of these brokers run off, a central point in terms of getting their data. Okay. So you can just run with it. It does not matter. Okay, there might be slight variations that comes into play and so forth, but this is why we always use the open of the next candle, because you're going to find that your openings and so forth are going to be a lot closer in terms of just random spots on the candles and so forth. So you shouldn't have an issue at all with that. Okay, the variation is going to be a couple of points maybe here and there. But this is why we tend to also set our spread slightly bigger than what it actually is, because it actually makes up for any of those variations that could come in. It's only going to be by a couple of points, if anything. So it's not really going to have an effect whatsoever. So yeah, you could just run with it, hit OK, and let it update it. Okay. So that comes straight from the MetaQuote server. That's where bulk of the history is going to lie. Okay. Right. Now, let me show you one of the little scripts I use. There, add trading session vertical lines. This is very helpful for intraday trading. Okay, if you want to split your start and end times for each day. Okay, because you're not going to want to test every single candle. You only want to test the sections you're going to be trading in. So we're going to be looking at 9 to 12. Okay, remember platform time is the same as South African time, so we know we just use the same. So we click, we drag, we drop. Now here, all we do is we go and we set the start date. Let's go to today, and all we're going to do is we're going to set this for a month. This one we're just going to set to today. Okay, so now we've basically got a 1 month test that we're going to do. This is going to set out the open and closing of our trading sessions for 1 month now. Our opening time is 9. Our closing time is 12. Let's say we traded a full day, 9 to 5. What would it be then? It'll be 9 till 17. Okay, so it runs on a 24-hour cycle. Okay, so anything in the afternoon, okay, will obviously be, let's say 1 p.m. is 13. Okay, so we're going to trade 9 to 12. That's it. We hit OK. There we go. Everything's plotted. Okay, the further we go back, let me zoom out. See there, every single day plotted up until a month back. Now, the beautiful thing is backtesting can be done without live price. So you don't have to be connected to the internet. You don't have to be backtesting on a weekday as well. You can do it on a Sunday. I actually like doing mine on Sundays. I know I've got time on those days. I'm not going to be bothered, and I don't have to worry about any trades or that kind of thing. So I tend to use Sundays as my backtest days for any new systems that I'm popping together and so forth. Okay. Make sure as well, if you're testing while the markets are open, that you set your auto scroll off. Okay, because otherwise it's going to continue jumping to the front as the new tick becomes available. Okay, so we have got, let's see here, we have got, that's the third, there we go, there's our first day. So let's set it like that. I'm going to zoom in slightly now, zoom in once more. That should be it. So we've got it on the first of the second. Now all we need to do is we need to identify our entries. Okay, right, so we've split our trading sessions opening and closing times. Okay, let's just have a look here. Okay, perfect. Right, now what we need to do is first step, and here's the thing, I tend to break back testing up into small little bite-sized pieces. It's easier that way. Okay, so first thing you want to do is you want to split your bullish and bearish sessions from one another. Okay, so I like to use a normal vertical line. Okay, now here's the thing, we need to identify. Okay, obviously we can see here that the histogram is above the naught line here the entire time, so we know this is bullish. So I'm just going to go and I'm going to change this to line, showing me that it's bullish from this point onwards. Next one, it's above, so it's bullish as well. Same thing. Next one, everything's underneath, so this needs to be red. Whoops. There we go. Okay, next one. Oh, now here we've got some being underneath and then it starts going above. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to zoom inside. I'm going to move this to the front of the chart. Now I'm going to zoom in once. There we go. Now we can see that one. Was it underneath or above? Well, that was just above. You see that says MACD at the bottom of the little window that pops open and it's like 0.0000001, right? That means it's actually positive. So That is the confirmation. Therefore, from that bar onwards, that's the second bar above the naught level, it will be deemed as being bullish. So again, I just go, I set it on top of that one. I just change this one's color. Well, firstly, let's just get that one because it's bearish from there. Now I'm going to change the color of this one to lime again. And that's it. That's your first step. You just run with that all the way through. Okay? And you tackle each section like that. Let's just zoom out again. There we go. All that's bearish. So I'm just going to change that again. Boom, boom, boom. Bearish. There we go. Okay. And that's it. And you just go through it with that cycle. Okay. So, okay, that should make now a lot more sense in terms of what we're doing, what we're going to be going with, that kind of thing. Now, so far, I can see that we might have a slight issue. Oh, whoops. There we go. Okay. You just start with that and you run it all the way through for your entire backtest. Once you're done, you can take a break. You can go and do something completely different if you want to, or you can continue. Okay. But this means you're only focusing on one thing at a point in time. When you're trying to do a full test all at the same go, it's so many different things that you need to concentrate on. You actually make a lot more errors doing it that way. This way, you're only focusing on one thing, working your entire way through, and when you're done, all you have to do is either take a break or leave it for the next day, and then you continue with the next step. Now, next step here would be to identify entries. Okay, so what's our entry condition? It's the RSI crossing either the 30 or the 70 level, right? So let's see, does it happen anywhere here? Not there, not here, not here. You remember I said that I see a slight issue earlier? This is where we're getting to it. Well, here we've got it going above 70 and then coming below, but the problem is it's coming below or it's going below the 70 as soon as it started turning bullish. So that's not a good one, is it? Can't trade that one. So next one, nothing. Next one, can I bearish and then bullish? Nothing. Crossing down and a bullish, can't do anything there. Nothing. Okay, so here we've got bearish, nothing from above 70 downwards. Nothing. Bearish section, nothing. If it was bullish, then we had something, but unfortunately nothing. Bearish again, nothing really. Now I want to check with you guys. Are you starting to spot a particular pattern here? There's nothing there. Nothing there. Buy, but in a bearish section. So I can't do anything there. Bearish section. Small buy signal, but it's a buy and a bearish, so we can't do anything there. So far, this doesn't look good, does it? We're basically through the entire February month now almost. And there's nothing, not a single entry or trade. You see, there's nothing. Nothing whatsoever. Okay. Now, let me just get this screen share done so that Can here we go. Okay, right now here's the thing. We've put together the rules. We've played around a bit. I want to find out from you guys. Did you see anything, maybe? Or for those of you who've got this open on your charts as well, are you seeing anything in particular? Are you spotting maybe a type of pattern almost? We're seeing that the RSI is not giving us any signals, is it? So how can we change this? Okay. Here's the thing. We're not even getting any signals produced. So obviously something is wrong with either our time frame that we're trading. Okay, we're trading either too few candles or our indicators are set incorrectly. There we go. Well, that's a very, very, very good I want to say suggestion that you've made there, Colin. Very, very good. Okay, so we could set it basically um, slightly narrower. Okay, so let's look at doing that. Now, it's currently set to 70 and 30. Okay, so maybe if I change this, remember if I set this to 20 and 80, it's going to set the bands even wider. Then I'm never going to get anything. So I might need to set this to 60 and 40. Whoops, so it's 40 and 60. Now we're starting to see something. Okay, now let's look. Buy, 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 all in a bearish section. Here we've got a bullish, sell, can't do anything. Then we get a small buy and a bearish. Sell, still in the bullish. So it's definitely giving us more signals now. But we can see we're having another issue. And that they're not syncing up. You see. So what's one of the other things that we can do? Let me show you guys. Okay. This is how I want you guys to start opening up your thinking patterns in terms of using these indicators. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to set this to 30 and 70 again. Let me show you another little trick. On the input section of the RSI, we're using 14 here. Let's set this to 8 and look what happens. You see how it's starting to turn a lot sharper? Okay. This might be slightly a bit better, compared to what we were looking at and that kind of thing. But you can play around with setting the amount of candles you use on your RSI as well. The other thing that we could have done as well, and we're actually still getting the signals out of sync, right? So we could look at using maybe the signal line cross on the MACD instead of the histogram cross. Okay, and that'll change things by quite a bit. But there's something else that I personally spotted now while I was going through this. Okay. And okay, obviously this would be bearish all the way through. We only get the signal line cross happening over there. So only from there, if it's signal line cross, would we have it bearish. But on the normal rules that we've had it set, that's bearish. And then we get this dropping below, and then like just wants to give a buy there. Okay. Here's something I want you guys to look at. Okay. This is why I say sometimes you just need to keep your eyes open. You can spot certain patterns. And here's the thing. Um, we can sort of bend the rules every now and then as well, because we don't have to use the indicator the same way that everybody prescribes. Remember, most people don't get it right because they don't know how to play with these things in the proper way. And that's what I want to teach you guys. I want to teach you guys how to read these things outside of the box. Okay, that's the key thing. That's what's going to give you power in terms of being a pro trader compared to anyone else. Okay, let me just go back to the beginning of the month, and I want to show you guys something. Okay, it's quite interesting. That should be it. Yes, that's it. Yeah. All I'm going to do is I'm going to set the RSI back to standard settings, which is 14. Okay, no, we haven't got anything there. Okay, all good, no worries. Right, watch what I'm going to show you guys now. Okay, keep your eyes open and have a look. This is going to be completely against everything that you've learned according to the RSI. Like I said, guys, I'm going to show you quite a couple of different ways to actually read the MACD. And I'll do that today as well, because there's more than two. There's actually like 5 different ways. It's just being open to spotting it. Okay. The key trick is keeping consistency within the signals. And that's it. Now, I haven't got anything there. Haven't got anything there. Haven't got anything there. Here we're getting things happening. You see. Okay. The only problem is this keeps on happening against the trend. So we're getting a sell signal, right? But in a bullish trend. And we've seen that this is happening all throughout with this system, this particular system that we've just put together about an hour ago. Now, let's say we tweak this entry condition slightly. And let's say we will buy when the MACD goes from below 70 to above 70. And sell when it goes from above 30 to below 30. That is literally exactly against everything that we've been taught in terms of the RSI, isn't it? But who said we have to stick with that? You see what I'm saying? Look here. Okay. It got bullish from here, then it dipped below 70, and then all of a sudden went above 70. Okay, so let's look at using this maybe as a little entry signal. So here it gets confirmed, so we'd enter on the next one for buy. Setting the stop, setting the target. How does that look? Okay, so we're going to get in. Normally I like to mark my entry candles by using an arrow. So if that was the confirmation, right, from below to above, we enter on the next one. So I'd enter on that one, right? Stop set at the most recent high low, 7 candles back, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 over there. Target being a lot higher, obviously. Okay. But do you see that this is starting to give an entry signal? Okay. If we continue, we go on further. I'll show you what I mean. This is just giving us more opportunities now. Okay. But this is the whole thing. It's about being open-minded enough in terms of identifying different types of signals other than what you're used to. Okay. This is where it comes down to pattern spotting. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of make this process a little bit faster. Let's just get that out of the way. Get that out of the way. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use the backtesting script quickly. Okay, so we're just going to go and we're going to configure the settings. 7 candles, that's what we want. 2%, that's right. That's right. Spread 30, that's right. Okay, everything's set correctly. There we go. Okay, so we would take a buy over there. We would, oh, here I'm missing a line. Okay, so from 9 till 12, there was nothing there. Okay, here we go. That looks like one there. So let's just check. I like using crosshairs. So on that candle, from the center, it was below the 70 mark. On the one after, it went above. So that one confirmed. So therefore, I'll be in on the next one, on that one. So buy entry over there. Next one, nothing there. Here we go. This is all bearish. Drops below. Over there. Let's do the measurement. Let's check. On that candle it's above. On that candle it's below. So we enter on that candle. Okay, so I'm going to go sell. Drop. There we go. Beautiful. That one hit. Nothing after that. Okay, next one. Nothing there. Next one. Here we get a drop. It's bearish. That's all good. Okay, so let's look at where it happened. Crosshair. So there, that's borderline, that's above there, so that one's below, so it confirmed on that one, so we enter on the next one. Okay, so we're going to sell there. There we go. Oh, that one looks good as well. Okay, over here, all bearish, so there we go. Let's have a look again. That one's above, that one went below, so we're entering on that one. So another sell right over there. Ooh, beautiful. Did we get another entry? No. Nothing here. That one is like just. So let's see here. Let's go crosshair. Did that happen within our session? Confirmed just at the close of our session, so we're not really going to take that one. Next one, nothing there. Over here. Ooh, there we go. That's bearish, and it went below. So let's look at when that happened. So on that candle it was just above, on that candle went below, so we're in on that one there. So we're going to go for a sell on that one. Okay, looks like we were stopped out on that one. All good. Over here we've got all bearish, went below. So that one is also, ooh, that was like just yeah, that one just below, so we're in on that one. Sell. Whoops. Click, drag, drop. Boom, done. Okay, did we get another signal? Yes, we did. Went above, came below. So that was above, that went below, so we literally got in on that one. So, hey, come now. There we go. Boom. Okay. Nothing here. Nothing here. Nothing here. Here we go. Went below, it's bearish. That's it. Only after the next one, so we're in on that one. So it's a sell over there. Did it happen again? No. Next one. Almost done. Okay. Oof, like it's flirting with the line there, but nothing happened. Ah, so nothing there. And then the last one, nothing there. So now we've got our different trades set up on that. Okay. Now all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go. Where are you now? Okay. Right, so this one is still obviously the standard version. The Pro version will automatically be able to calculate which are winners and which are losers and so forth. So let's just go back with this one. We're going to manually have to do that. But you can see how quick this is. This is the beautiful thing with this. Okay, let's just get back. Oh, there we go. That should be it. Okay, so there's nothing there. There's nothing there. On that one. Here we go. There's our first trade. Did that make it or didn't it? Now, normally what I do is I drop this slightly vertical and I place it on the stop and on the target. Now, the fact is, price is off screen. So therefore, I'm using these lines to identify which it hits first. If it's top, I know it won. If it's bottom, I know it lost. Oh, okay, that one won. That's awesome. So we know the first trade is a winner. Okay. Right, let me show you guys again how I got that. Just scrunching this down. That's target. That's top. If the top gets hit first, targets hit first. If the bottom gets hit first, stops it first. We just move along, and then we saw basically, see how close it gets to the stop, and then later on, boom, target. So we know that one's a winner. So this one, we go and we grab the winning tick. Boom, that's a winner. Okay, next, let's see. This one, well, that's clearly a loser. So we're just going to go lose. Pop that on. Nothing there. This one, oh, winner, 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 chicken dinner. There we go. Nothing there. This one should be a winner as well. Okay, now let me just squeeze this a little bit further. Now I'm just using those same lines that I did on the previous one, and I'm setting that as well so that I can get, that's it again. Now let's see, top or bottom first, top or bottom, bottom first. So this is a winner as well. Win. Now, remember, this is completely against everything that we looked at, but how are the results looking so far? It's looking extremely good, isn't it? Hey? And this is just by tweaking it slightly more than what we're used to. Okay. Um, this is what I want you guys to be able to see and spot. Okay. Kind of look at these things from outside of the box almost. Okay. And it starts opening up so many extra opportunities. Okay, this one here I think is definitely that's a winner. Boom, boom. Okay, next one, nothing there. Next one, nothing there. Next one, nothing there. Over here, I think this one might be stopped out. Let's check. Let's just move that. Boom. Yep. Obviously, you can see it being it there. So that one's a loser. Boom. Next one. That's a winner. Boom. That's a winner also. Boom. Okay. Almost done. That's a winner as well. Awesome. Okay. So all that's done. All we do now is we're just going to export all the data so that we can import it into our backtesting sheets. And let me just quickly find where that one is situated. Then we're just going to load it on there and I'll go through the backtesting sheet with you guys. I should get that set there. Okay, so that should be go. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a full screen share so that you guys can see exactly how I go about this process. Okay. Um, Here's entire screen share. Okay. Let me just minimize that for you guys. Okay, so we've got the exposure and backtesting sheet. This is the latest one that's updated that works with the backtesting product. Just waiting for that to open. Okay, now let me just quickly show you what has happened is all the data that we've just done and tested and so forth. This is literally just click and drag and so forth. Okay, this what I'm showing you now is basically our standard product. Okay, we've got a pro version which is okay. Now over here, all I'm going to do is I'm going to go to File. I'm going to go to Open Data folder. I'm going to go and find where that. Waiting for that to pop up any day now. Come on. Why is it making me wait so long? Open Data folder. Come on. It's probably because we're still waiting for the Excel spreadsheet to update. Here we go. Finally. That's it, yeah. Exactly what I thought. Okay. So Excel sheets up. Now we've gone to open data folder, okay, and then we're gonna go to MQL4. Like always, like we're adding new indicators and so forth. Okay. Once that decides to, there we go. Okay. So now all we do is we go to files. Okay, that's the backtest sheet that opened up. Okay, now not that one. There we go. So we went into MQL4 files. There's the data folder. That's your backtesting data. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to right click and I'm going to copy this and I'm going to save it to the desktop so that I know exactly where it's situated. Okay, let's just close that. Just minimize that. Now I'm just right clicking. I'm going to save it on here. Paste. That's it. Just going to copy and replace. Okay, so that's that. Now that's saved. All I'm going to do is I'm going to go and hit the import button. So this backtesting sheet, right, just to show you guys, goes down up until let's just, and this goes down well, basically till almost 1,000 rows, so you can get as much backtesting in there as you want. So we're going to go to import, we're going to go to desktop, and we're just going to go and grab that backtest CSV file that we just saved. There it is. And we're just waiting for it to populate. Okay, don't tell me that that did not save correctly. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Okay, let's just go and save it again quickly. Come down, there we go. Okay, so I'm gonna obviously have to just run you once more. So we go export, boom. Okay, so that's only one. Let's go and check on the data there. Let's go back to files, go back to data. Still not. Okay. Anyway, okay. Right, yeah, that's still a very much older version. Right. Anyway, what happens basically is we'll have all the entries updated in here. I'll show you guys a run probably, let's make it next week. Yeah, I'll show you guys a quick run on that. Okay. Um, but the data will be displayed in here and it'll tell us exactly what has happened, which trades went our way, which trades didn't, and we can actually see that. But just with what we went through now, okay, you can see the bulk of the trades are winners here. Okay, I'd say about 70% of them are winners, and I'm not gonna lie, 70% hit rate is freaking awesome. Okay, um, I mean, this is already a strategy that quite a couple of you can run with if you want to. Um, looks beautiful in that sense. Let's just get that set there again. Boom. Okay, so you can see basically, that with playing with something as simple as that, just changing that rule slightly, look at the difference it's already made in results. Okay, let me show you quickly one other way to read the MACD. Okay, nothing says that I can't start trading this as soon as I get the histograms, right? They're going lower, 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 and all of a sudden I get another histogram going higher. Tells me it's changing direction. So therefore, trend change happens there. Or entry. This is a lot quicker than a signal line cross. You see that? Or I might be sitting or getting a point where I've got a high forming on the MACD here. Now I'm just grabbing a horizontal line here on the previous one, and there I get a candle surpassing that previous high point of that swing there on the MACD. So I enter for buy on the next one. Okay, same as with the other one. So over here, come now, there we go. Okay, so over there it formed a high, then it went lower, and again passes it, so I buy again. All right, goes lower, starts changing direction, goes up. Okay, so obviously we're going to go there. Doesn't change direction again, so at the bottom it goes up again, so we get the next one forming over there, and then it surpasses it again, so we can buy there. Okay, next one, buy there. And so you can continue going on. There's so many different ways in which you can read these indicators. It's just about having your conditions set up in such a way that you know exactly what you have to do at every single point. The wording is going to be key. Okay, but otherwise, and this is why I've said in the beginning, guys, I do not care what you use or how you go about this with determining your entry conditions or your directions or those type of things. It's more important for me that you stick with the exit conditions the same always at the end, and your trade management the same when you're beginning. Okay. But what you use for entry conditions, I really don't freaking care, because sometimes, and the reason is I want you guys to start thinking outside of the box, moving out of that comfort zone from what you already know, because that's how you start spotting systems that no one else would use, and that's why you would make the money. Okay, so I hope you guys have actually picked up something very, very valuable in terms of spotting certain patterns or trends and that kind of thing, and how we can actually use an indicator completely different from what it's supposed to be used. Okay, and I think that is probably one of the most important things that I could have actually taught you guys today. You know, um, like I said, I'll look at doing a full blown example of the backtesting product next week for you guys. But basically, yeah, the major thing that I need you guys to understand is that you can play around with these indicators in such a way that you come up with certain strategies that just work so brilliantly, even though it goes against the grain from everything that we've been taught. This is why I say there's really no right or wrong. It's the process that is key. And as long as you understand that we stick with the proper process, what you use to determine to get in or out and that kind of thing, I do not care. Okay. So, are there any questions that you guys have got at this point in time in terms of what you've seen today and what I've shown you, with looking at, testing a couple of things and obviously updating your data and so forth? Any questions you guys have got for me at this point in time? Because we're basically at the end of the session now. Yeah. Um, so before we get off that kind of thing, okay, does the backtesting take into account the swap for long trades? Yes, no, that's already been worked in with the backtesting products. Remember, I am extremely anal when it comes to these type of things. So no, they incorporated so that on your shorts, okay, your spreads are taken into account. Now, swaps is not going to be a big issue, okay, because a swap either gets paid or you pay. Basically, you either pay the swap or get paid the swap. Okay, I'd say it's more important for the spreads, the cost of the trade, because the difference is that whenever you're taking a sell entry, you would have noticed that you get taken out before it actually hits your stop, and you only get the trade closed once it passes your target by the amount of the spread. The backtesting product takes all of that into the equation already, so you don't have to worry about remembering that you need to adjust your sell trades on your backtesting and drop the stops and targets by the spread. The backtesting product does that automatically for you. Okay. Remember, swap is only an overnight interest rate charge because we're technically lending money. Okay, that's what we're paying a margin, and that we get charged interest on. So sometimes when you're in a buy, you actually get paid the money compared to when you're in a sell. Some brokers, unfortunately, what they do tend to do is they play those swaps in such a way we have to pay whether you're going long or short. You know, um, unfortunately, some of the brokers do play those underhand tactics and that kind of thing. It's one of those things. Okay, but a lot of brokers will make their swaps available. Remember, the swaps is only affecting your end of day trades. Uh, and not only that, they're minute. They're like a couple of cents. So it's really not going to have a big effect whatsoever. Okay. Great question there, Colin. Great. Did that answer your question there? Okay. Awesome. Is there anything else that anybody would like me to tackle before we log off? Okay. Um, what I can do for you guys is I can email you the adding the vertical trading session lines and that kind of thing. Okay. The backtesting script itself is a brand new product that we've actually developed, and we've been busy with that for a year already. Okay. We've been through a lot of testing, a lot of phases, and we just kept on adding addition to addition to addition to addition. What you saw me doing tonight was just the standard version. Okay, we've got a pro version as well that is even more powerful. Now that will be sold. Okay, probably from next week onwards. Like I said, I just need to run a couple of tests on the pro version just to make sure that everything runs 100% on that one. But those will be available to buy off of our website. Okay, so the scripts just makes the whole backtesting process run seamlessly, and it removes the human error factor out of it so that you don't make mistakes and that kind of thing. The only thing you actually need to do is identify the entry positions. Okay. Um, they're going to be going, the standard version is going to be going for $150, and the pro version is going to be going for $300. Okay. But we're also going to send out coupon codes for you guys to use so that you can get discount on those as well, seeing as you are clients and so forth. Okay. So just keep an eye out for the mail next week, okay? Because it should definitely be up by then. Hopefully we've actually got it up and running by tomorrow even, okay? But I'll definitely let all of you know in terms of, what's happening with that with an email, okay? So just wait for the email and that'll tell you exactly what you need to know and so forth, okay? Anything else? Okay, awesome. Just to let you guys know as well, the backtesting scripts and products and that kind of thing, you're not going to need to manually install it into your platform. It's actually an installation file, an exe file that you just click. If you've got more than one trading platform on your PC, it will install it on every single one or whichever one you want it on. Okay. So like I said, guys, it's been something that's in the making for a long, long, long while, and I'm finally happy that we've reached basically its full potential. Um, who knows? There might be even some extra updates coming on later on as well. I mean, as the certain things pop up, I tend to have them added and that kind of thing. Been working very closely with the developer on that, and he's done some great stuff. So no, I'm extremely happy with what that's producing. But yeah, otherwise that's it then for now, guys. Thanks for joining me. I hope you guys learned a lot now, and you saw exactly how we go about changing the rules to almost the flip side and actually making it work for us. See, the key factor is getting the wording correctly. As long as you maintain with the proper process, you shouldn't have any issues whatsoever. Okay. Otherwise, guys, that's it. I'll probably see most of you again then tomorrow for the live trading sessions. Okay. Remember, it's 9 a.m. that we start, and we finish at 12 for the intraday, and then end of day is going to be running from 7 p.m. till 8 p.m. Okay. So I'll see most of you tomorrow then. Okay. Enjoy the rest of the evening, guys.